A very warm welcome to all. I am Mrs. Khushbu Pathak, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, SSMV, Bhilai. Today I am going to discuss the topic Managerial Economics. Basics of Managerial Economics. This subject is a part of BBA third semester and it is also useful for BCom, MCom and MBA. So let's start. The key points of managerial economics, what today I am going to discuss in my presentation. First, introduction, then characteristics, then importance, then scope, at the end concluding remark. So let's start the topic managerial economics. Introduction. Managerial economics is the study of economic theories, logic, and tools of economic analysis that are used in the process of business decision making. Economic theories and techniques of economic analysis are applied to analyze business problems, evaluate business options and opportunities with a view to arriving at an appropriate business decisions. Basically, managerial economics, it's a study about the economic theories, tools, techniques, logics, economic analysis and applying and using these tools and techniques for business decision making. Means in managerial economics we are using economic tools and techniques for making proper decision making in the organization, for solving business related problem, finding the right opportunities and ultimately to achieve the goals and objectives of the organization. So let us discuss the importance of managerial economics. It studies the problems and principles of an individual business firm or an individual industry. It aids the management in forecasting and evaluating the trends of the market. Basically, it tries to study about the problems about the individual firm or the individual industry. So it is basically micro level. Managerial economics is a working under the micro level where we are studying about the individual firm or the individual industry. So we are trying to forecast or evaluate the trends of the market. Then it is concerned with varied corrective measures that a management undertakes under various circumstances. It deals with the goal determination, goal development and achievement of these goals. Ultimately, when we are planning, when we are making decisions, when we are using controlling, so whatever the mistakes are done in, so we are trying to correct those mistakes. So corrective measures are taken in different circumstances by the organization. So company tries to make right decisions, taking corrective actions in different situations and ultimately determining the goal setting, goal development and ultimately company make efforts to achieve these goals. Then next, characteristics of managerial economics. So here importance and characteristics are one and the same thing. Characteristics and importance are one of the same things. We have discussed the 2 points. After that, managerial economics employs economic concepts and principles which are known as the theory of firm or economics of the firm. Basically, managerial economics uses economic concepts, principles, tools, and techniques. So what we call it as theory of firm, because it works under the individual firm level or the industry level. Science is a system of rules and principles engendered for attaining given ends. Ultimately, scientific methods have been credited as the optimal path to achieving one's goal. We are using scientific tools and techniques, rules and regulation for achieving the goals of the organization. Managerial economics is a normative and applied discipline. It not only describes the goals of an organization but also prescribes the means of achieving these goals. So it sets the goals for the organization, objectives for the organization, and in normative approach, what we are trying to do is what should be done by the organization, what should be the suggestions, what should we can prescribe the rules, regulation, norms, standard, so that company can achieve the goals and objectives. Then managerial economics is concerned with business decision making, that is, it deals with the identification of economic choices and allocation of resources. Basically, managerial economics is identifying the what are the economic choices and options which we are having, and how we can utilize or optimize the available resources in the organization. So it is about making the decision making. Then managerial economics is goal oriented. It deals with how decisions should be made by the firm to achieve the organizational goal. It means it is basically goal oriented and fair for taking the right decisions. Managerial economics is prescriptive. It is concerned with those analytical tools which are useful in improving decision making. So we are using some sort of analytical tools. We are prescribing something, the rules and regulations, standards, tools and techniques for making right decision making. Managerial economics is both conceptual and metrical. Managerial economics is based on the strong economic concept. It means it is based on economic concepts and principles. It is based on the particular organizational structure. So we are following a part of organizational structure. It is based on the concepts. A matrix structure is followed. Then managerial economics provide a link between traditional economics and the decision sciences for managerial decision making. Ultimately, managerial economics tries to fill the gap between the traditional economics and modern business practices. Then here comes the importance. Previously we have discussed the characteristics. Now we are going to discuss importance. Accommodating the traditional theoretical concepts to the actual business behavior and conditions. Managerial economics amalgamates tools, techniques, models, and theories of traditional economics with actual business practices and with the environment in which a firm has to operate. Again, managerial economics applies tools and techniques of economics so that we can take the right decision and achieve the goals of the organization. Estimating economic relationship. So managerial economics estimate economic relationship between different business factors such as income, elasticity of demand, cost, volume, profit analysis. So first we understand the economic aspect or economic concept, then only we can have or develop the economic relationship, like the relationship between cost, demand, income, profit. So these are the factors, economic factors, which we are trying to make the relationship and estimating those relationships. Then predicting relevant economic quantities. Managerial economics assists the management in predicting various economic quantities such as cost, profit, demand, capital, production and price. In previous point we have again discussed this. First we need to understand what is the economic factors, economic quantities, cost, profit, demand. So these are the factors which we need to understand the factors, then only we can predict about it. Then understanding significant external forces. The management has to identify all the important factors that influence a firm such as government policies, political forces, social and cultural norms. So whatever the external sources are having in the market. So we need to understand all the factors